This is the normal operation of the stapler. It is a dangerous device and it's activated with a two-hand safety switch. You should keep your hands on the two-hand safety switch through the entire cycle of the stapler. There are two bars located above the boards. These bars push down on the boards after each staple. The intent here is to be sure that the boards do not jam against the ends of the guns during the staple process. The cycle time of this system is just a little bit over 2 seconds for the time that it's activated. Shown here is a slow motion of the cycle with the LEDs on the PLC controller shown on the left. This shows you the condition of the LEDs throughout the entire cycle. The upper set of LEDs are the switches, the two-hand tie-down switch and the cylinder switches. The bottom set of LEDs are the 4 solenoid valves. Now we'll look at the controller for the two-hand safety switch. There's a light for each switch. When both switches are pressed at the same time, the third light comes on and the system activates. Next you'll see the valves that control the cylinders. The valve on the left moves the vertical cylinder up and down. There's a solenoid for up and a solenoid for down. The horizontal cylinder is controlled by the valve on the right, and it just has one solenoid. Now let's look at the pressure system. You can see the incoming pressure at the quick disconnect on the left. The black knob is a pressure regulator for gun pressure, and there's a gauge there to see that it's set around 100 psi. The red knob is a vent that will relieve pressure from the cylinders, and there's a lockout on it so that you can use this to prevent the cylinders from ever going up and down. It does not, however, relieve pressure from the guns. The gun pressure comes from the little surge tank that you see on the right that has the hoses coming out of the bottom of it. It's isolated from the rest of the system with a check valve. Next we'll look at the pressure regulator that controls the pressure to the cylinders. That's a pressure regulator near the bottom of the screen that you see there. The gauge for that is on the opposite side of the wall. Above that is a pressure regulator to control the pressure for firing the triggers, along with a valve that is used to fire the triggers. I also want to mention the loops of tubing that you see there. Those loops of 1-inch tubing provide surge capacity for the trigger system. Like the gun surge tank, these are isolated by a check valve as well, and so they will hold pressure even when you vent the system.